Good morning. It's about 9 o'clock and it's Find Out Where the Fibroid Is Day. It's February 13th, 2017, and the appointment procedure is at 9:30 in the morning. So we have to be there at 9, so I have like 4 minutes. But I'm in the parking garage, so I'm like right there. But Dell is meeting me here. That's my mother-in-law. Pat is out of town. So she's so sweet to be able to make it here today. So as things left off last time, my period did not start that day. It actually, I called the nurse the next day. I was like, it didn't start. And so what do I do now? And she's like, well, actually looking at your paperwork and ultrasound, I don't know why they told you it would start today. I think it'll start by Monday. And that was like a Wednesday that I talked to her. She's like, call me Monday if it doesn't start. I'm like, okay. So it started on Friday, and she was right. So that was nice. So you're supposed to do this procedure day 6 through 12 of your period. And she's like, you don't have to come in on day 2 or 3. We just trust your period started. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I'm like, I'll take it. So that's why we scheduled it for today. And I am a little nervous because I'm going to find out kind of like right there on the spot. You know, he'll be able to tell me if the fibroids are in the wrong place. I did my surgery last April. The doctor did remove fibroids, and he did purposely leave some in there, you know, because it is such a tough thing to remove. He said, I only left the fibroids that were not in the way for pregnancy. But remember, after that thyroid surgery, they're like, did an ultrasound. They're like, yeah, you have fibroids in the wrong spot, we think. And so did my uterus change, or did they grow a little bit and kind of move into the wrong spot? Or was it just hard to see on the ultrasound screen? So I think we'll find out a little bit more today, actually. I mean, we should. My biggest hope and prayers and all that is just that I will not have fibroids in the wrong spot. So that's what I'm hoping with my whole heart, and I've been praying for. And I will fill you guys in later this afternoon or later this morning, depending on how fast everything goes. And wish me luck. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, well, that didn't go well. Not surprising, right? So I just got home, about to pull in the garage. It's 10:41. I still have to call Pat, but I just wanted to do this video before, you know, I talk to him, just like, this is how I feel right now. Basically, the water ultrasound's not so bad. It's pretty quick. It's like a 5 or 10 minute thing. The water is weird, or some cold parts, you know, but everyone was so nice. There's 2 nurses in there with him, and so he didn't talk the whole time, which was weird. They let me watch it on a screen, but he wasn't saying anything, and I was like, that's strange. And then I almost passed out, so that took a while for me to get strong again, because, you know, I get so weak with all this stuff. And I just finally, he's, you know, are you doing all right? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, I'm going to show you a normal person's uterus. I'm going to show you yours. And I was like, okay. So then he shows me the normal person's uterus, and it looks pretty normal, you know, like it's pretty big space. And then he shows me mine, and it's really narrow. And I was like, well, that's really narrow. He's like, yeah. He's like, look at it from this angle. And it was like, there was no uterus. It was like flat. He said all this scar tissue from my previous surgeries has kind of just filled up my uterus. And I was like, well, what about the fibroids? He's like, they're there, but they're in the muscle. They're not in the way. I was like, so now what? He's like, well, we'd have to go in and do a hysteroscopy, which is like another vaginal surgery to remove the scar tissue. I said, well, what are the odds that that's going to work? And then he wants to put that stent in me / balloon again. I'm like, I just did all this last April and it already grew back. He's like, that's the thing with scar tissue. It grows back. It's from removing the polyps and the fibroids. And he's like, you know, if we were able to get it out, and I was able to get pregnant with an egg donor, and the baby would push space, that would be great. But I said, well, what are the chances of all this working? He's like, that's a tough question. He goes, I'm going to give you 50-50. So here we are. If I want to do this, I have to do it again on day 6 through 12 of my period. If I get another period next month, probably need to have the embryo all ready to go and all that within a month, they said. And who knows if the baby would even make it, because the scar tissue and implantation, and does it have room to grow, and would the scar tissue come back? So he said you might want to consider a gestational surrogate carrier, I was like, we've talked about that. So no green light for me.